Now, in what's over half a century of travelling the four corners of Britain, walking different landscapes to connect with the ancestors and their ancient sites, I've often sensed the old land, Albion, and often feeling a deep connection to ancient Britain, a place rich in myth, history, and mystical undertones. And these are often personified as England itself, mirroring the primal spirit and a feeling of deep belonging, but sometimes unsettling. Feeling a sense of the land's spirit, I suppose, its hidden stories, and feeling a call to connect with something older than recorded history, often involving druids, giants, and myths. It's like this land of Albion is a powerful vortex for magical energies, with ancient Ogham languages, stone circles, and sacred wells dotting the landscape. And most of these sites were centres for powerful rituals and possible sources of intense, sometimes unstoppable magic, and places of mystery. In stories, the landscape of Albion is often depicted as rugged, wild, and shrouded in dense mists and fogs. And it's the oldest known name for the island of Britain, used today as a poetic and literary sort of synonym for England, Scotland, and Wales. Now, possibly the name Albion derives from the Latin albus for white, but it could just as be Greek for Albion, referring to the striking white cliffs of Dover, which greet travellers arriving from mainland Europe. And I think in literature, Albion evokes a sense of deep time, mysticism, and the national spirit. And it's often used in tales of Camelot, King Arthur, and Merlin to describe a land of ancient magic, druids, and folklore. And what was it Shakespeare referred to England as? This precious stone set in a silver sea. And I'm sure he referred to Albion in other tales he wrote. And it seems quite poetic that Albion is often associated with the physical and spiritual landscape of the country. This green and pleasant land. Though the poem or song Jerusalem refers to England, it is, I think, quintessentially an expression of the Albion spirit, like a romanticised version of the land. And of course, Albion is the most ancient known name for the land of Britain. I suppose it's a deeply poetic term, steeped in mythology and history. I've read that Greek geographers as early as the 4th century BC used Albion to distinguish the mainland from its neighbour island. And I think in the realm of legends, Albion was more than a place. It was more of a person. And medieval chroniclers described Albion as a giant and the son of Poseidon, who was said to have founded a kingdom on the island and ruled over a race of giants. And also read that The Sleep of Albion was a work from William Blake, the poet, and it was representing England and humanity falling into a state of spiritual slumber, materialism, and imaginative death, symbolised by the giant Albion laying dormant on a rock, separated from the divine. Yeah, that sort of reminds you of the state of the country today. After the Roman conquest, the name was largely replaced by Britain, and it survives as a literary and romantic personification of a land, and I think it has a deeper feel. I think today Albion evokes a sense of national identity, resilience, and ancient heritage, appearing and connecting us with Arthurian legends to modern sports and music. Sadly, this national identity is built up in politics too much, and it seems to get too twisted and distorted to suit somebody else's agenda. Use it against us, basically. From Celtic myths where ancient stories rise, you stand white-cliffed against the treacherous skies. The Greeks first named you a land bright and stark, the white land, a beacon in the nautical dark. And when the legions marched your verdant fields, the Roman might made your proud spirit yield. You were the realm of giants, myths profound, a primal earth, hallowed and magic bound. Then through the Saxon ages and the Norman yoke, beneath the rule of kings, just the common folk, you've borne the tides of history's long stream, a precious stone set in an everlasting dream. This fortress built by nature, its visionary art, you're the primal spirit, the nation's heart, awakening from a long slumberous sleep, to guard the ancient promise you keep. From Dover's chalk to the northern Gaelic peak, where Albion names a secret that we seek, you are the heart, ancient, strong and free, precious stone set in the troubled sea. So let the name, though old, ring ever true, for the deep soul of England lives in you. Albion, my country, my home, my world, a tapestry of stone and starlight unfurled.